Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another very exciting vlog episode. I'm your host, Orange Zeppelin, and today I am sporting my wonderful Iron Maiden Christmas sweater because now that December is upon us, I have an excuse to get this out and wear it. It is holly jolly holiday season. So exciting, so festive. I got some holiday shopping done today. There's going to be holiday baking happening because any excuse to do a lot of baking, I'm excited to do that. I'm looking forward to all the holiday pounds I am inevitably going to gain. Hopefully not too many. I mean, I'm going to balance it out with adding a little more weightlifting than I normally do. Actually, my pecs are very sore today because I added an extra weightlifting day into my week. But you're not here to listen to me talk about weightlifting. You might be. I don't know. I could talk about weightlifting more if you guys are into that. But you're probably here to listen to me talk about all the art projects that I got done last month. So let's take a look at my list of my accomplishments and failures. There were some things that did not quite work out this month. We'll get to that. First thing that was 100% a success was that Brain Fart Comics number 5 is all the way planned out. So I've got my page layouts. I have some additional notes also. So whenever I want to get started on that, I have it all planned out. Now, when I'm going to get started on that, that's a little more of a question, because the other thing that was planned for November was Whoa Awesome Space Babe number 6, which I had started the planning a while ago and kind of just got stuck. It was one of those, like, I have a section of the story. It's like I've got, like, the beginning figured out. I know what happens at the end. It's that the creamy center I need to work on. And what ended up happening is that the particular story arc that we have been on since Whoa Awesome Space Babe 4, it's not going to be concluded in issue 6. We're going to need an issue 7 to finish up this train of thought that's going on, basically. This particular story arc. And I do want, once I get going on Whoa Awesome Space Babe 7, I would like to... I don't want the stories to be as self-contained as they have been in the first 3 issues. I want this to, like, there's an overarching story going on, and I'll have little sort of self-contained stories in previous issues, in upcoming issues. I'm forgetting how words work. That will still relate to, like, the overarching plot that's going on. So there is a plot, and that's a good thing for a story to have. But one of the things that I was going to do is, that I said I was going to do is, like, oh, maybe I could start penciling that. That didn't happen. Don't listen to past me. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. That was way too much to possibly get done in this month. The other thing that I accomplished is I finished this painting. Hell yes, let me get it in a position where the glare isn't completely terrible and you can actually get a good look at that. That is oil painting. It is varnished. I might put another varnish layer on it because I don't know if I can properly show you. You might actually be able to see right there. There's something about the varnish that looks a little, like, patchy, for lack of a better word. So I'm going to give it another varnishing layer. And then that is going to be donated to Pacific Wildlife Care. I'm not quite sure how we should go about doing the auction. I need to send an email about it, and I just haven't figured out how to phrase my email yet. So I'll do that sometime today. But point is, because we weren't able to do our usual annual fundraiser, that's what I was going to donate to the annual fundraiser, and then the whole apocalypse kept happening, and it sounds like we really have more of an apocalypse going on now. But point is, we weren't able to do the annual fundraiser. I'm going to donate that as, like, a, hey, auction this off, get some money into the clinic and help all the animals and all that good stuff. And it would be a good holiday time thing to do. Actually, would we have enough time maybe it's a little short notice. I don't know. We'll come up with something. It can be auctioned off at any time and get us the money anytime, and it will all be good. So that is finished, and that had been sitting on my easel for quite a while. And if you guys have seen my room, which surely you have, if you guys know how my room is proportioned, like when the easel is right there, like I lose half of my floor space. And I can't really do my morning yoga very well, and like I'll get up to pee at 4 in the morning, and I have to I do this thing when I get up in the dark where I hold my arms out and I have to kind of like blindly feel around to make sure I'm not going to walk straight into my easel or walk straight into my chair or walk straight into my nightstand. It's, if there's any more obstacles, then it's just gets a little dangerous in here. I mean, I've stubbed my toe on my easel many times, so when I finish a big painting, I'm not just happy to have the painting done, I'm happy that I can put the easel away and I actually have living space again. This is why I envy people that have nice big studios. Not even like a big studio, just a studio at all, where you can have your desk, you can have your easel, and you don't necessarily have your bed. Of course, the nice thing about my room being my studio is my bed functions as an additional desk if I need a flatter surface, because my drafting table, as I will show you guys, it's a little bit at an angle, so sometimes you need to have... I'm gonna re-prop myself up here. We good? Okay, we're good. Sometimes you need a much flatter surface, and this isn't cutting it. So there's the benefit of having your bed in your studio, or your studio being your bedroom. So yeah, that is what I accomplished this month. That was actually on the list. There was a few things. Let's start with the things that didn't get done at all. Which, penciling, well, Awesome Space Babe, as I mentioned, I didn't have time. There was only so much time in the month. There was, as I mentioned, there was a little bit of a failure. I think it's a failure. I don't like it. So, this painting of Rab and Jade from Dragon Quest XI, I don't know how to explain what it is that makes me just look at it and be disappointed. It might just really need more work, and I should not give up on it, and I should keep working on it, but I don't know. I think I'm a little over it. I had that plan to do like really cool paintings of the whole cast of Dragon Quest XI. Oh, I just dropped it. I'm trying to squeeze it back in a spot. And I kind of think I'm over that particular plan now. I have other things I want to work on. I'll probably do a cool painting of Sylvando, though, because he's the best character. He's objectively the best character. The Hendrik painting was awesome. I love how that turned out. And I did do a Copic illustration of the protagonist. And I could just totally paint Sylvando, and then that was my Dragon Quest XI series. I want to do more art for the series Maya and the Three, which I just started watching. And that relates to one of the things that wasn't on the list, but I just spontaneously decided to do. And let me show you. I found out about the series actually through an event on DeviantArt where it was like, hey, draw this guy and we give you this badge. And it's like, I don't care about the badge, but the guy looks cool. Zats, the Prince of Bats. It's like, Bat guy, okay, he's cool. So I drew the bat guy, and I got the badge, and who cares about the badge? I drew a cool bat guy. And then his dad is an also cool bat guy that literally looks like a bat and has a little mohawk. It's like, oh man, I want a little plush of the bat god guy. He is cute. Yeah, but I like how this turned. I'm really happy with how this turned out. So I started watching the show, and now I'm getting really invested in it. So that might turn into an entire series of illustrations. I might be drawing characters from Maya and the Three, because the art direction on the show is really cool. I really like Mesoamerican art. There was a point of my life where I was like super into Mesoamerican history and art. Took some classes with not the greatest teachers. I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't say that. It was actually The first half of Mexican art history, she was a good teacher. I had some personality conflicts with her, but as a teacher, she was okay. It was the second half of Mexican art history, because it was in 2 different classes. That teacher I did not like at all, personality-wise or as a teacher. So, yeah, but you guys didn't come to listen to me rant about teachers. Maybe you did. I mean, I've complained about my portfolio teacher plenty of times, and you guys are still coming back to listen to me, so maybe. But, point is, I'm going to draw some more Maya in the 3 art. I'm going to draw Zats again. That's actually on the to-do list. But what were other extra random things? Some of you might have noticed that I kind of forgot about Gobliterated entirely until maybe I was on the 2nd week of November when I realized, oh yeah, I was gonna start that up again after the hiatus for Gobtober. So there was like the Oops comic where Graka and Ragnar are reminding me like, hey, we exist. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about my goblin dudes. And then I did another regularly scheduled Gobliterated comic, a Thanksgiving themed comic, because it was Thanksgiving. It was going to be posted the day after Thanksgiving. And for the most part, I remembered to post it everywhere. I forgot to post it on DeviantArt until I think several days later. I'm not sure why I messed that up. But eventually it got posted, so you guys got your goblin fix. And then, one more exciting thing that has been going on. It's not super exciting yet, but if you guys watched my previous episode, you saw I made art with a busted baseball bat. I'm making some more busted baseball art. And it doesn't look like a whole lot. It just looks weird right now, but when this is fully painted and when I have more of the paper clay added on for texture, this should look like rusted metal. And I'm also gonna do I'm gonna add in some, what are the ocean boat thing? Barnacles, yes, barnacles. I'm gonna add some barnacles. I went down to the waterfront in my hometown to look for barnacles, and I had a surprisingly hard time finding barnacles in Morro Bay, of all places. How do you not have barnacles in Morro Bay? I looked at all these boats. I didn't go anywhere where it specifically said, hey, boat owners only, even though those were the places where I'd probably find the best barnacles if I was just if I just went there and pretended like, oh yeah, one of these boats is mine, I'm totally allowed to be here, I probably could have found some good barnacles. I think there were places where I could see, like from the distance, there were barnacles on things. It's like, I can't get there, damn it. But I poked around a bunch of boats. I took photos in extremely precarious places where I'm basically standing on the dock holding my phone just above the water level, trying to take a photo of some floating object that had barnacles on it. And that was pretty much the best barnacle photo I got until I was cycling on my way home, and I remembered one of the RV parks, it's got like a little wrecked boat out in front as decoration, and then they've got, I don't even remember what the barnacles are on, but point is, there is something that there's like these giant barnacles on. It's like that, there's my barnacles. Not in the water, just randomly out as decoration somewhere. That was the best barnacles I could find. But I went on this whole adventure, barely saw any barnacles by the water. That is just, it's kind of weird. Everybody's keeping their boats way too tidy. I don't know what us artists are supposed to do when we need reference pictures of these things. Suppose I could just go online and look at pictures of barnacles, but I don't know, that's not as fun. That's not as fun as having an excuse to just go out in the world and have this adventure looking for reference photos, because sometimes that's just the funnest way to do it. But anyway, that is one of my excess projects that I did over the course of November. So I think that was pretty successful. I think the only things that didn't happen were things that were just kind of not, I wasn't going to have time to do it. they just weren't working out. And besides, November's been a really busy month. I just got promoted to manager at my job, so now I have to pretend like I know what I'm doing. And it's a little more work for me, but that's okay. I get paid more, and I really like my job. I've mentioned it before. It's a really good place to work, and it works really well for my personality, and it's people that all understand that as an artist, I'm doing a bunch of art shit on my own time, and I've kind of brought my art stuff into that environment. Like, everybody is totally into the idea of me bringing in the art bats, because it's something that kind of relates to the business. Got the baseball bats, and then I'm just making it cool. So yeah, it's a good time. I'm super happy. So I'm out of breath from talking so much. Where was I on this list? So yeah, overall, good November. Let's talk about what is on the menu for December, other than making a lot of treats and eating a lot of delicious treats. I actually tried to make fudge at work. 2 different kinds of fudge, because I thought that would be fun to sell. The current batch didn't quite set up as much as I would like, but it was really good. So we just got to figure out how to price the fudge, and then we'll start selling some fudge for the holidays. And both my bosses were extremely impressed that I figured out how to make fudge on the premises. But anyway, what are we doing for December? I think comic-wise, I'm going to focus on Whoa Awesome Space Babe. Just do the penciling. If that, you know what, I will definitely start penciling. I'm not going to say like I'm going to finish everything, because honestly, I want to make December kind of an easy month, because in the past, I think December, it's been like a rush to try to get a lot of things done before the end of the year, and I think I'm just going to do something a bit different. I am going to take a nice mellow approach to December. We're going to focus on having a good time. We're going to finish the year on a less stressed out note and just have a good time and focus on things that are going to be fun. And I do think the penciling will be fun. So that is the comic goal. I want to do another piece of art of Zat's that is much more detailed. I want to do a full-on painting, and I think that'll be badass. I want to finish the art bat, and that might not take that long. I find that it'll just be like a matter of how the painting turns out, and I don't think that'll be too difficult. So that's 3 things. And then actually the last thing, I didn't even mention that. I found out about, on DeviantArt, somebody is making a digital zine, and I saw this in the forums. I just saw the thread title was something like Ice Cream Zine, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to join an ice cream zine. That sounds awesome. And then I read the description. It's actually a little more complicated than that. It's a Super Smash Bros. Themed ice cream zine. And I was like, wait, what? And so the idea, Smashing Scoops is what the zine is called. It's like we've got the Smash Bros. Playable character and then an ice cream flavor, and you draw the character and the ice cream and do the something. Like, you know what? I'm interested, so I am gonna do, the character I picked is Hero, which is the, pretty much, with, let me see how I can articulate this. I'm not much of a Smash Bros. Person. I pretty much just play it with my friend Jake, and he destroys me every time. So, in the newest incarnation of Smash Bros., they added the Dragon Quest series protagonist, and there are, like, different protagonists to choose from. In particular, I picked 11 from, as he's called in Dragon Quest 11. So in this particular illustration, it's going to be the Luminary in DQ11. And I think they had like an ice cream flavor you were supposed to pair with the character, and I think he's eating mochi. And they suggested mochi as the flavor. So it's like, all right, we got 11 and he's eating ice cream mochi. So I'm going to make that happen. Like, I don't know where the idea came from, but I like it. It's like Smash Bros. Ice cream. Okay, I'm here for it. And zines! I always talk about how I like collaborative zines. And it's a unique concept. I think it'll be fun to illustrate. So now I'm actually thinking, what did I was thinking maybe Copic marker, but maybe I want to try doing this digitally. Am I gonna regret saying that? Do it completely digitally? I'm definitely gonna regret saying that, because you guys know I'm not as much of a digital artist as I am a traditional artist, but I think it's worth it to just practice and try new things and see how that works out. So, might be a digital piece. So, is that all I planned for December? Just the Zats painting, art bat, Well Awesome Space Babe, ice cream, and Smash Bros. That is not a lot of things, but as I said, I want to make it a nice mellow month and just do a lot of fun goofing off drawings, because that's just goofing off in my sketchbook is really what improves my skills the most. And that's what I would like to do. Just have days where I don't have anything planned. I'm just gonna make a mess. I can make something that sucks, but even that you learn from. Like the painting that I'm looking at is like oh, that's a whiff, that didn't work out. Even that I learned from. So it is okay to make things that suck. Lord knows I have made just heaps of utter dog shit over the years. I do still want to do a video where it's just a slideshow of some of my crappiest art from the years. I want to share with you just the abominations that exist in the depths of my collection, just so we can all laugh together and we can see how far I like to be able to see how far I've come along. And I think it is important for mostly younger artists that just are still kind of figuring things out to look at, I don't know, would I call myself a really established artist? I kind of see myself as still kind of figuring things out on my own too, but I feel like when I make something amazing and some younger artist is looking at that like, oh my god, I couldn't do that in a million years. Oh yes, you can. You look at this giant steaming heap of bullshit I did in the past. Behold this nightmare. Look at my attempt to draw hands, or look at my lack of attempt to draw hands. I used to do this thing where everybody's fists were clenched, and so let me demonstrate. Like, everybody's basically going like that in their drawing. I didn't necessarily do the hands behind the back thing, but it's like everybody's going like that. They're fleshy hammer hands. Just, you have to behold this. You have to look at my shame in the past. But eventually I'll make that video. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it will be something that happens in January. Also, one of the things that will happen at the very beginning of January, and I should probably mention this as my to-do list, is I like to do a self-portrait at the beginning of every year. So probably the next time you see a video, I'll be sharing my self-portrait for the year with you guys, and I want to make it really, really good one. I like to make them, I like to have it just showcase the best, like where I am as an artist at the time. So it's interesting to see how much they've been changing over the years, but I am going to wrap it up right now because I think I need to start making dinner pretty soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys will probably not see me again until the next, maybe next year. I don't know. I might do some comic videos in the meantime, so keep an eye on that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful time making art.